We're gonna have to
This
focus.
is not bad either.
Let's focus. Let's focus this left one down here. This one.
Okay.
Whatever spawns here. This lady.
He's on me.
Oh, I disconnected.
So
no,
did I.
Echo!
What? Yeah, we all did. I did too.
Hey everyone, welcome in. Echohack here. I have a little bit of a different one for you today. The Diablo 4 beta has just begun, and there's some pretty bad server issues going on, but all things said, you know, this is pretty standard for kind of a beta. I wanted to go ahead and upload some 4K content just so you guys can see how beautiful the game is, and also share in some of the beta pain that we're experiencing right now. Anyway, this video will be relatively unedited, so this is just sort of the most of the recording from our live stream. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the footage, how beautiful the game looks, and also just, you know, living the login pain that we're all feeling right now. In fact, if I pop over to my PC, you'll see that I'm actually sitting in a login queue right now as I'm recording this and editing this video. So anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Today we're going to be going over sort of the first initial hours of Diablo 4. This is really the first time the public has had access to the game. Now, Dioxide and Seattle are already in game. I'm already behind I got behind in the login queue, but I'm just going to show you how beautiful the campfire is here. Pick my barbarian, and then you know, we're just gonna go ahead and just finalize the character so I can go ahead and get into the game. Y'all, of course, selected less guidance, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so the first entry, the first sort of like area of the game here, this is like a tutorial, essentially. It's going to get you like into the game. It's going to get you first like 4, would you say 4 levels, y'all?
I don't remember. I think so.
We're just going to blitz through the dialogue. Hopefully that doesn't spoil things for y'all if you want to.
Looks like.
Oh, wait, is this unskippable?
Dioxide, his stream is down.
Aw, rip.
So I'm letting this play while we wait for him.
I think this is unskippable.
Is it?
This dialogue. I don't like that it's unskippable. Maybe it's only unskippable for your first character. That would be okay, but... Oh, there's a little prompt to interact.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, game crashed. And so did my OBS, was weird.
Your stream is down.
We already have the first game crash. Welcome to beta, everyone.
Now,
he knows,
now I'm
Mike.
back in queue.
Free fall, and you have to close BattleNet and start it over.
Well, while we're waiting for Die, I'm just going to pause here. Look at this guy. This guy, see, this is what's so different about Diablo 4 as opposed to D3 or D2, is the environment and the atmosphere. Like, just look at the dynamic lighting coming off of the fire here. This guy is like warming his hands by the fire. And so like, it's good storytelling because it doesn't beat you over the head. It's just like, oh, hey, listen, it's cold AF up in here. And they don't have to have like a villain come on and be like, welcome to the coldest place that you've ever been. They don't have that. It's just this very subtle, actual good storytelling that they have. It's fantastic. Oh, wow. The whole skill tree looks entirely different. The skills look the same, but the UI, it's entirely updated. Oh, this looks awesome. This
skill tree?
Yeah. This skill tree looks amazing. Brand new.
Oh, it is different. Oh, wow.
But so for my first skill, I'm going to be taking Lunging Strike for Barbarian here. This is just going to let me be a little bit
Okay,
faster and jump forward a little bit.
I'm back. If you guys can invite me, sorry.
What's
My
your
fault.
what's your first skill that you're taking?
I'm going to go
Seattle?
with Frostbolt. I like cold skills. I might go fire, but I'm going to start with Frostbolt.
All right, Echo Hack and Seattle, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yep.
hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What's terrible about the friends menu in game right now is it's not really ordered very well, so I just have to scroll. It's like not in lexicographical order, like alphabetical order. So just
He
have to
looks like he's
scroll
still
and
in
scroll.
party.
Oh, I just invited him, so he's back now.
Oh, okay.
So now he has to talk to all the people.
I am level 1 still, but I'm gonna go with Force Arrow for my first skill on Rogue. Whenever I get to level 2.
Oh, you're gonna go for Forced Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you already finish the dialogue here?
I have the same yellow thing on the map like you all do.
Oh, so you have Darkness Within, Enter Icehowl Ruins?
Yep.
Oh, so it updated your quest already.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
Very,
that is huge. Because okay, so this we had this problem in Immortal, right? Is that you would start the game out and you immediately want to party with your friends, right? And they would be like a quest or two ahead, not even that far ahead, like 5 minutes ahead. And now you would have to play catch up with them because you can't be on the same quest. Like you have to complete everything linearly. You know what I mean? But that's
Are we
cool.
going into the dungeon?
Yes.
Go.
In fact, I'm
All right, let's go.
already in.
I'm in.
All right, I'm in. All right, we're going.
First dungeon. Let's go.
Picking up all the gold.
So I just picked up Enhanced Lunging Strike. Now every single skill has a upgrade called the enhanced version of that skill. So like every single skill kind of has their own little mini micro skill tree on it. And yeah, so the first one is always an enhanced version of that. You put an extra skill point into that, gives it a little bit more mojo. I don't know why I'm using the word mojo a lot today, but it feels appropriate.
The game is gorgeous looking. Gosh. I
It
just
looks
forget how like
so good on PC. And actually, maybe this is something really worth talking about right now because there are a lot of people who are watching, like us. They're watching everything that's dropping online about Diablo 4, and there have been a couple of uploads about like the console showing like the console version of the game and some other gameplay things. And to be real with you, it looks quite bad. And people have noticed, right? Like people are like, "Why does this look so bad? Oh, the console version, it looks terrible." And I don't think that's it. I don't know. Have y'all seen what I'm talking about, Di, in Seattle?
Yep, I have. Mm-hmm.
So I think what's going on is just like the like encoding settings that they used for OBS or whatever they're using to record the game are quite bad, right? If you look at the video, you'll see like lots of artifacting and
It appears that they just use default setting and just hit record.
yeah. So when you do that and you have a game like Diablo 4, which has a very different visual style than like Diablo 3, for example, then it looks pretty bad. Like this, I don't know. I was thinking a lot about this, and that Diablo 3, when you run it at pretty poor settings, it actually looks quite okay because the graphics are they're a little bit cartoonish in nature, right? I'll interrupt my own train of thought here. We have sort of like this first intro boss into the game, and this guy, he's not very hard, but he will kind of force you to use your first health potion. You know, he's actually going to make you dodge attacks for the very first time. I will, man, Dioxide, I'll tell you, man, this is, this looks way better than what we had in the press preview.
I agree. Yes.
There's lots of little UI elements, and I want to get into all of the changes that they've made since press preview, because there's a lot of little changes. But just like the health bar on this boss here, it looks like, you know, previously it was like the red health color, but now it's got this like texture.
It kind of gets like a blood. It's got like a blood color to it, kind of like like a living blood type.
Exactly, yeah. And it's not just like the color, it's also got this like flowing blood like going through it. Yeah, it's wild. And this is, you know, this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like on this footage that we've seen of the console and so on, that's sort of, I think, poorly encoded, right? You can't tell how beautiful this game looks, because it's not really designed to work that way. It's really designed for like a high resolution, like high dynamic lighting kind of situation. At least in my opinion. Oh, your whole party has to be present. Wait, Dioxide, did you teleport to me?
What? I did.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not able to skip this cutscene.
Yeah, I'm skipping.
I'm trying to skip. It's not allowing me to.
I think you have to hold the escape button.
You do. You have to hold it. If you looked at the bottom right, it'll show you holding it. I need to put on some of this gear.
Oh yeah, it doesn't auto equip. You have to like manually.
Yeah,
equip.
I'm putting on gear.
So there already, like just right out of the gate, there's a lot of.
Whoa! I'm getting hit.
There's a lot of differences between this game and Diablo 3, right? So like, the equipment doesn't automatically just like get thrown on your character. Just the little things like skipping a cutscene requires you to hold the escape key, like all these sorts of things.
It's actually not letting me skip this cutscene, no matter which button I push.
Even when you hold it down?
Even when I hold it down, there's no anything.
Well, we'll
get some lag.
We'll be able to test the capabilities of the like forward teleportation. That was really cool. I guess I should just explain what just happened for folks who were like who blinked. What happened there was I exited the dungeon a little bit earlier, and then Dioxide and Seattle exited afterwards, and instead of having to run to the town to where the next, like story point was, they just like instantly TP'd on top of me. That way they're not getting behind. And again, this is something we've run into in D3 or DI, where your friends can very easily get behind, especially in like the tutorial, when you don't have any movement skills and your character is like quite weak and all this kind of stuff.
Where's that dodge?
Altar of Lilith.
Like I want to try to see if I can leave game and come back, but I'm kind of scared to do that with the queue.
No, just stay in for now.
Okay.
So what I just very quickly collected there, and we'll see more of them out throughout
Where are you?
the gameplay. Oh, I'm just running ahead because y'all will probably just teleport to me, right?
All right, I'm on my way.
We just saw our first Altar of Lilith, and they put the first one like kind of in your path on purpose for tutorial purposes, so you understand what it is. And it's kind of like if you've played Lost Ark, it's like kind of like finding Makoko seeds, or kind of like finding what are they called in Breath of the Wild? The Koroks. It's kind of like finding the Koroks in that you collect them, and then you get some like stat increase for collecting them. But they're randomly distributed throughout the world, right? So they're some of them are going to be actually quite difficult to find. In fact, do we have the no, we don't. I don't think we have the renown system unlocked yet.
I don't know where you are, but I could use some help.
Yeah,
All right.
you guys are way out there. I'm coming out.
I got him. I got him.
I'm using my very lazy speedrunning strats.
Shit. Shoot. Sorry.
Yeah, we got the Altar Lilith right there. Okay, we're unlocking more of the map.
Oh, okay, your party has to be gathered. There we go. There's dioxide. We just hit level 5.
Okay, how do I find you guys? Can I
just hit
teleport to you? Tab?
Tab.
Okay. Oh, you guys are way up there. Oh, shoot, I'm getting hit.
Oh, I just got DC'd. Oh my god, I just noticed something.
What?
This is actually huge because people... Okay. When Diablo 2 came out... Diablo 2 Resurrected. People really, really criticized the design of the Amazon because they got rid of the sexiness. You know what I'm talking about?
That.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
And I kind of agree with the community, right? Like, Diablo is a dark game. There is supposed to be a sexy, hot character that adds to that vibe, right? And that's, I think, a good thing. Diablo 3 has that same thing with the Demon Hunter. And obviously, the Rogue should be that same thing, right? That's the theme of the Amazon, the Demon Hunter, the Rogue. Effectively, they're all the same character fantasy. Well, on the character select screen, because I have nothing else that I can do right now, the Rogue has a panty shot. You can see the Rogue's panties. I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
You can straight up see the Rogue's panties. Oh, my character's back. Start game. The character selection screen looks quite great. I picked a female barbarian here, and she looks awesome. I love the tattoos, the blue tattoos. Okay, I can't log in, but I at least have a character. My character exists. My character also has this necklace. I think this is new. This wasn't in the press preview either. Did I pick a necklace up and equip it? I don't think I have a neck slot yet. So this is just sort of like built into the armor?
I picked up a necklace and equipped it. Okay. Right before we got bumped.
Maybe I did get a necklace. But I guess this is... What's so cool about this, and back to my point earlier, right, is like, this game is super designed for a high-resolution gameplay kind of workflow, and not really like a low-resolution, least common denominator, cartoon graphics kind of thing, right? Like, I think Zelda, like, especially like Wind Waker, is like maybe a good example of cel-shaded graphics that age really, really well. Did you know, isn't Wind Waker like 800 by 600? It's like very low resolution, but it's still, even today, it still holds up. It still looks quite good. I think that Diablo 4 will not have that quality to it. The visual design is just very sculpted. It's like everything is like a sculpture almost. Like all the 3D models are very, very, very high detail. Everything has dynamic lighting, right? So like even as I'm turning the character here, you can see the like sweat reflecting off of the surface of like her arm here.
I guess I kind of skipped the most of the graphics part of this here, but we got the sharpening image. We can actually adjust the intensity of the sharpening filter on the final image, which is nice. I think the font. I have my font scale up pretty high because everything kind of seems a little small for me. That's personal. The cursor scale, the cursor scale, I think is going to be a big deal because I always lose my cursor. I don't know about you guys, but I stutter step a lot, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that on Rogue. So I probably going to end up going with a pretty large cursor there. I like having this option though because a lot of times in other Diablo games, people would use other things to be able to change the color of the cursor or increase the size. So I like having that in the game itself. HDR is obviously a really cool thing. I don't know. I have vertical sync on. That's weird.
It's on by default. But to your point, I like the cursor scale to be small, just because it doesn't get in the way. But that's just me.
Yeah, I always lose mine. I'm like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's like where's Watto for me? when the cursor is like a little too small for me. Performance, we got resolution percentage. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Echohack, can you?
Yeah, if you hover it over, there's a very brief description. It's kind of funny because they have like all this room to put a description, and they only put two like very short sentences. Adjust the scale of the textures used. Default is 100%. So the textures that are in game, it scales the game resolution based off that.
Okay. Well, cool. We got temporal reconstruction. Game will render half as many pixels per frame and use data from previous frames to reconstruct a full resolution image. Increases performance, but may cause visual artifacts and lower image quality. All of this is kind of more like depending on your graphics card too, right? So I have a AMD card, so of course I have the FSR here. This will be DLSS if you're doing NVIDIA, of course. Everything else is kind of self-explanatory. Then we got the quality settings here. You can do whatever you want by default. Eventually, I'm gonna go and tag off and on some stuff just because some things I don't necessarily care about. But yeah, as you can see, you can customize practically everything. Dynamic shadows, soft shadows. What's some other stuff that you don't normally see? Fur quality.
I noticed that
you
one.
saw that? Yeah, he said fur quality. Look, check this out. It says controls the level of quality of fur on player, equipment, enemies, and the environment. Decrease to improve performance. And so low, you have the lowest density, medium density. So I guess that's kind of like vague descriptions, but it's there. Oh yeah, that's actually interesting. So water simulation quality. Then what is the geometric complexity? It's just a fancy word for was it like foliage, I guess you could say. Terrain geometry detail. Yeah, there's a lot of like very specific things you can customize, which is actually pretty cool. Because I mean, especially if you don't you're running at a older system, but you do want some nice visual detail. You can kind of choose what detail you want per se, and which ones you can kind of live without. I don't know about the fur quality detail yet, right? So like I'm gonna play around with this some stuff some more. But we got reflection quality, particles quality. This is visual flashiness, of course. Physics quality, very similar to D3. It looks like you got the determines the realism of colliding objects and gravity. I didn't really see much of a difference when this option was available in D3. I wonder what it looks like really in D4. So just out of curiosity, I would never turn this down, but like I'm just curious what improvements they made on this from the previous games. Then you have the screen space reflections and then distortion. I usually turn distortion off on most games that I play. But I'm just gonna leave everything on because I want the highest quality possible for this particular stream.
I'll notice that thankfully absent from the game is some trends in gaming that you might see where they have what's called chromatic aberration, where like the edges of the screen are like weird, different, like sort of like rainbow colory, if you know what I'm talking about there, Dai. So this game doesn't have really any chromatic aberration in it. So there's obviously not really a setting to turn that off here in the quality.
There is in-game voice chat features, as you would expect from a 2023 game at this point, right? In-game loot sounds. Actually, I didn't even know this was a thing. So you can actually customize.
Oh, the item drop sounds. Yeah,
the actual item drop sounds, which I think is actually pretty neat because maybe if you're like, like towards later on where there's some items you just don't want to pick up anymore or whatever, you can, a filter would have been better, but
this is actually huge right here because like when in Diablo 2, for example, when you hear an amulet drop on the ground, you know what that sounds like, right? It's like Pavlovian in nature. You're like, amulet, is it rare? And you pick it up instantly if it is, right? So being able to set this slider to, legendary, or unique, or whatever it is, that's so useful. This is great.
Okay, it goes even further than that. Look, like, go past. It says play audio on ambient loot. So like you can get sound effects when an item in the world is nearby. That is actually, I would have never thought to do anything like that. Actually, this is very interesting.
Just to test this out, I'm going to put both of these settings on magic. That way, if there's a common item that drops, that it won't happen. And then I can like confirm the negative effect. I don't think this was in the
it wasn't in it wasn't in
preview.
it wasn't in either beta actually. But like before, this is the first time they had this option.
Dioxide, you see what I see?
No.
Look at the very bottom option. I'm so excited.
Player audio on error. Oh no.
Do you know what this is?
Is it targeting looted? No.
This is like, I don't have enough mana. I don't have enough mana. You must construct additional pylons. You can turn it off entirely.
Yes, please.
And they even have a third setting called simple, where you can just have like a little simple error noise instead of the dialogue line. So if you want a visual, or if you want an audio cue, but you don't want to hear, I don't have enough mana. I don't have enough mana. Like, you can still get the audio cue if you want it, and it'll be a lot less annoying. This is so good. Last Epoch does this, by the way, and it's so good in Last Epoch. Oh man, I'm so glad to see that. I could try to make a new character. At this point, it'll be faster.
I made a new character, but it won't let me start game.
Here, I'll start my sexy rogue here. So it made my character, created my character, but I can't log into my new character.
All right, so gameplay. Let's go through the menus real quick. Okay. We got the screen shake effects. This is pretty neat for those who kind of get headaches with lots of shaking on the screen. So being able to have this option is actually pretty nice. Very underrated for like, long hours of grinding, right? For any action RPG. Combat hit flash.
I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this off because it also causes like screen tearing issues as well, right? Like where the frames will like kind of tear. You know what I'm talking about? I am not a fan of screen shake effects. So just being able to turn this off is not just a gameplay issue, but also just like a visual quality thing too.
So we got combat hit flash, which is I like this. I like this. I like being able to know that my attack, basically hit, like it actually registered, right? Especially because I'm playing a ranged character in a sense.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to kind of see skills that aren't so flashy. Like on rogue, like a lot of rogue range skills aren't as flashy. So like it's a really thin arrow. So being able to get that combat flash actually like reassures me that I actually hit something, which is nice.
You can't turn this off in Diablo 3, right?
No, you can't turn that off now.
Yeah, yeah. So for the sake of the recording here, I'm actually going to turn this off. I did have it on for sort of that initial tutorial section we did, but
We got the reduced strobing. This will disable several effects and lights in the game, reducing the amount of strobing in the game. So definitely for those who are sensitive to like light shows, this option here is for you there. Highlight player when obscured. Let's see, it draws a highlight around you when obscured from vision. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
this is important. Like if you don't have this on, and you like walk into a building or something, you just won't know where you are.
Yeah, the game is very kind of like I won't say realistic looking, but it's definitely uh how do I describe it? Not nearly as in your face and like a portrait visually like Diablo 3 is. So like
Hmm.
you can lose yourself in some corners and things because it looks a lot more realistic than before. Yeah, it's not stylized. So this is something you're gonna always want to keep on. Show all damage numbers. Let's be real. I think 90% of why you play an action RPG is to see the cool damage that you're doing. So this should almost never really be a reason why this should ever be off. But if you ever want to turn it off for whatever reason, you have the option to do so. Show all tutorials. If you're new, very cool option there. Advanced tooltip compare. I like this. I actually turned this on halfway through the first beta. I think in-game beta actually is when I turned this on. I didn't realize this was there.
You gotta have this turned on. There's so much that gets hidden from you.
Right. And so like I didn't know until I went through options and I was just looking. I was like, oh, advanced tooltip compare. Like it's very similar to how it is in D3. Where you can see the green and the red basically when you're trying to compare stuff, and especially with a lot of different new mechanics in the game, it just makes a lot more sense to go ahead and just turn it. This is not on by default, so you have to actually come here and click this. That's the first thing I did when I started the game.
I get a feeling, Di, that these two checkboxes here will be the use elective mode checkbox of Diablo 3 of this game. If you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Like, there's going to be people all the time that come by your stream or in my YouTube comments, and they're going to say, hey, I can't see lucky hit chance on my skills. Why can't I see the lucky hit chance on my skills? And it's like, oh, well, you're going to have to use advanced tooltip information. Go into the gameplay settings and scroll down. Check advanced tooltip information.
Exactly. So yeah, these two, especially if you haven't,
say it 1,000 times.
Yes. If you haven't already, because these are not on by default, especially since everyone's trying to learn the game. The advanced tooltip compare and advanced tooltip information are basically best in slot right now in the gameplay options right here. Right. HUD configuration, you can basically choose centered or left corner for your HUD configuration. Really not really too much of a customized thing here, but I don't think I've ever tried left corner before. I always kept it centered. I wonder what left corner actually looks like.
It looks like the console, I believe.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Or
so
like,
we're going to keep it centered.
Centered in this game is actually quite good, because there's a lot less going on in the UI in this game than like Diablo 3. I know that sounds weird, but Diablo 3's UI is like quite extra. There's a buff bar, there's a debuff bar, there's all these other things besides just the like core UI. And in Diablo 4, all of that stuff is actually integrated into the UI. So like for example, like we were talking about Fortify, right? Like instead of fortify being like a number that's on a buff bar somewhere, it actually modifies the visual look of your health orb, which we think has this new thing. But that's why keeping this centered, especially if you're playing on PC, is usually a good idea.
Well, cool. We got item label duration drop. You can actually change how many seconds, like it's actually on the ground, which is actually pretty cool.
And then if you put it all the way to the left, it's off.
And then you can push to show, push to toggle, and then push to show for 10 seconds. I'm trying to figure out what setting I had it before. I usually like to just to see it, period.
I'm a toggle
I
guy.
usually do. Yeah. Skill toggle behavior. You can choose how your skills behave, whether it is repeating or channeling skills required holding the skill input. You can toggle your sustain skills. Channeling skills like Incinerate and Whirlwind can be toggled on and off. Repeated skills can require holding the skill input. So actually, yeah, you can literally
This is huge.
Yeah, you can just tap. Like, so you can just tap Whirlwind and they'll just keep Whirlwind and you don't have to hold it.
Can you imagine Tempest Rush in Diablo 3, like POJ Tempest Rush build, if you just were like, oh, I'm going to Tempest Rush now, and you hit one button, and for the rest of the Rift, you don't hit any other buttons besides, like, teleport.
Yeah, so, like, and, like, I don't know, like God 6 Demon Hunter, same,
God 6, same thing,
where where you can just you can tap strafe, and then you don't have to ever tap it again. You just hit the Hunger and Arrow button, like randomly at times, right? So like a very interesting thing that would have been pretty unique and cool for Diablo 3, but yeah. Then we got action wheel activation. This is so when it comes to the action wheel, like most people, like when you get in the game, you're not gonna really, they don't really give you a easy tutorial to figure out how to actually use your action wheel. There is a quest where you have to do like an emo for an individual. I won't go too far into that because I don't want to spoil anything, but you have to actually use your action wheel to be able to get to the emos, and they don't really tell you that. I remember being stuck on that quest. I just skipped the quest for like hours, and then because I had no idea how to even get to the email thing, because it doesn't tell you. It just says use the do this, and I'm just like, well, how do I do that? And it just doesn't tell you.
It does. It does now. I don't know if you noticed this, but when we were playing earlier, when you go next, when you go next to a character that you can interact with, there's a little tiny pop out on the character, and it has the particular action, and I think it's dynamic, right? So like if you're on an Xbox controller, it'll show like an X, or a PlayStation controller, it'll show the triangle, whatever it is. And if you're on PC, it'll show E by default. That just kind of pops out there. So that little indicator is just, it's a small thing, but it's so huge. Like you said, you didn't even know how to do it for hours, but now they have this little tiny thing, and you'll always know now.
Cool. Yeah, that was frustrating in beta for me. We got the hold position mode here. We got the activate hold position key by keeping the hold position key pressed. All right, mouthful wording, but sure. Then we got toggle, press the hold position key to toggle the behavior on and off. Not quite sure whenever I use this, but
this is just shift, right? This is just
This sounds like force stop kind of thing. I didn't even know I can actually toggle that, actually. That's pretty neat, unless that's new. Display minion health bars if you want to see the amount of, self-explanatory, right? Do you want to see the health go down when you hit them? Or do you not? Or is the damage numbers, sufficient enough for you, right? We got the monster health bar option. You can do hover only, always on, always off. I trying to figure out what I had it on. I think I did, because I think if you do hover only, if you hit them, you will see it will pop up. So it won't automatically pop up. It'll pop up when you hit them. This can actually be, so believe it or not, because of the way the game is designed, like visually and things. And so sometimes you'll have some things kind of come out from the different uh angles, and when it's dark, especially in fractured peaks or whatever. Having a health bar can actually help you, because then that it's an enemy and not like some random dude walking around that's trying to kill things with you. I remember because I remember talking or putting this on because of that. So it's not as cool looking and it's realistic, but sometimes when, especially if you're playing hardcore, you don't want to be ambushed, right? So like if you have it always on, you can see them coming at you from the angle because the health bar will be above the monster. So clever little tip in case you want an advantage, I guess. But if you want more of a realistic approach, you can just do hover only, which is what I would suggest. I think the boss, though, like bosses and special mobs, I think just bosses for the most part. Bosses will always have their health bar above, so you don't have to worry about that. Then we got player highlight. You can basically customize the color of the player and NPC, enemy highlight color, objective highlight color. So it's just actually pretty cool. You can kind of like, whatever you prefer, right?
It's completely customizable too. They give you a color picker. You can put in the hex code here. Like, wow.
I logged all the way out. In fact, I'm logging out of BNet.
Yeah, I am too.
Get back in.
Yeah, 108 minutes to get past the login boss now. Yeah, I think you can hear me. I'm smashing the escape key and nothing's working here.
Yeah, my chat was like, "Hey, just hit escape." I'm like, "I'm trying." He's like, "Did you hold escape?" I'm like, "I did that too."
Yeah.
You sure it's not?
No,
escape?
I think it's literally broken.
Yeah. Say just you. I can skip. No, there's some people in chat. It's like that too.
No, I don't think it's just you. I think it's actually busted. So I can click on your profile, but it says you're not in the game. This player is not in game. All right, well, I think we go solo for now.
Okay. So can you disband the clan then? And just wait for the
maybe it'll come up in a little bit though.
This is the only way I can click on your player right now, but yeah, we'll disband the clan eventually. And we'll get into the Maxwell clan whenever things settle down a little bit. Okay, my whirlwind on keyboard mouse works again. I think it was just literally something with the tutorial. The game is lagging quite a bit.
It is, yeah. But that's, I guess, to be expected.
This is not, it wasn't lagging like this in press preview.
There's probably a lot less people playing too then.
Yeah, essentially nobody.
A lot less. Yeah.
Oh my god. This werewolf just like destroyed me. I almost instantly died.
I'm gonna click the shrine real quick. Take out that elk. God mode.
They changed the level up sound. It sounds really nice now.
I noticed that too. Short sword. I'll put my skills in the bar later. Just trying to get to the town there. By the way, you guys, you definitely want to pick up stuff in the world, like the little like harvest stuff or whatever. You're gonna need that, all of it.
Yeah, there's this mechanic where you upgrade your potions, or your potion, as it is, and you need those material components in order to upgrade your potion.
Yeah, Galavan is a really important resource. Biteberry, uh, not useless by any means, but seemed to had less of a purpose than like Galavan. Like Galavan was a very important uh thing to pick up. Let's see, characters, get that necklace. I think this is better. I kind of like the crit strike damage. Yeah, I don't like. So for my build, I don't really want. I don't want daggers. I want swords for rogue, for my range rogue. But I'll say the good daggers in case I want to like switch or when I switch builds.
Oh, found an Altar of Lilith already. We're unlocking all of them, Dread, or Die. I don't know why I called you Dread.
You're good. I remember this. It's not letting me skip this cutscene, or is it? Okay, now I can. That's a long cutscene. All right, moving forward.
So here's a question for you. Can you guys see each other on your friends list? I know I can't see you, but can you see each other?
No,
No.
not yet.
Hmm.
All I see are clan members for the most part. That's it.
I see every single other content creator in the world except the two that I want to group up with.
Yeah, I may or may not be far enough. I don't know. I'm
I
at
don't-
Rite of Passage right now.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's if you're far enough. I just think it's probably just bugged at the moment.
Naxaloff, what's up, man?
Was Yelesna always the first stop in the campaign? Because it appears
Yes.
it appears to be. Wow, yeah. That's awesome. So you get that quite early. That's great.
Let's see.
Yeah, I am getting some like lag and screen tearing that I was not getting during the press preview. One thing I am noticing though is there's definitely more high resolution textures.
Yeah, I thought the game looked great already. Yeah, but they've really started to really polish. All right, now I'm entering the city. People Lorath. Let's see.
Oh, the Yelesna
Whoops.
theme. It's so good.
Missing pieces.
What do you need?
I am now in town.
Can you see other people yet?
Just got in. Haven't seen anyone.
Okay, yeah.
Not
When you
yet.
finish the first little quest in town, it should open up. And then when you do that, let me know, because then I'll check my...
Yes, this theme song is so good. The moment you get to yes,
It's so good, man.
I remember like the moment it started playing, it brought back memories from the beta. Marking waypoints. I did that already. Gotta purchase the pole arm. Gotcha. Oh, the blacksmith's over here. I need to salvage my gear. All items. They tell you the things that are locked too. There's like a little red lock on them.
Yeah, that's
Something that
really
wouldn't be
nice,
before.
right?
That's new, yeah. Yeah, knocks it off. Yeah, it's exactly how it was in day 3. I personally don't mind it, but I can see why some might not like it. A pre-purchase ad. Boots. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Well,
I guess
collect
the
some stuff.
pre-purchase ad is kind of funny because everybody who's playing the game right now
Has already pre-purchased, right?
the chances are very high that they pre-purchased. And
Pretty much.
you know, as many people bought a double down, it's not nearly close to the number of people who actually just pre-ordered the game.
Pre-ordered, right? I gotta cheer him, I think. There we go. That was the one emote skill, mouse wheel thing I was telling you about earlier, guys, in chat. Like that took a while for me to figure it out. Done in like 20 seconds once we understood. Herb cache. But yeah, they did do some visual polish for sure from the previous. Actually, let me set my skills since I got 2 points now. Let's do penetration shot there. So I'm starting with penetration shot, then I'm gonna do some barrage and rapid fire later. We'll take that one.
It's mine now, girl. She gave it to me when I let her and her friend pass through. Maybe we should go back, round up the knights.
And leave my mother in Lilith's care for as long as that will take? I'm going on.
Alright, we'll do. BTU now. Wait. There we go. So Lisbeth equals Kodala, basically. Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, who?
The
The
person we can,
purveyor,
gamble
the
from.
purveyor of
Yeah.
curiosities thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Does that person have like a name now?
Someone in the chat saying Lisbeth. I haven't been over there yet, so yeah, it is Lisbeth.
Oh. They like named the character.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Because it was just some like generic dude before.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I mean, that's a relatively small thing, like in the grand scheme of things. But you know, like in Diablo 2, people they don't go to the gambler, they go to Geed, right?
Right.
There's something to that.
This place anyway. What draw Lilith?
Hell if I know. Trevor doesn't tell us anything. No one goes in, nothing comes out. That's all.
So this beta is also an evaluation for me to see if I should upgrade my PC. And
Over here.
I'm still a little bit on the fence, but I might upgrade my graphics card or something.
What are you running with now?
I have a pretty good AMD card, but it's like
Hey, this is a new event, by the way. This wasn't in the previous betas. This is new.
oh.
Yeah. Go ahead. You have a what now?
Yeah, I have a 2-generation old AMD graphics card.
Yeah, 5700.
Yeah, something like that.
XC? Yeah.
So still pretty good, but
So, if echohack, I have a proposition for you.
yeah.
So I have a 6800 XT, kind of sitting around literally doing nothing. I can cut you a really good deal on that if you're interested.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right, because like to be honest with you, that was more than enough. But the only reason why I got the 7900 XT was for the AV1. That's it. Literally the only reason why I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, but like I played the 68. I played with the 1600 XT, and I got, I was able to do, 1440p max settings on my widescreen, like ultra wide, basically, no problems in beta. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I just picked up use potion. I just picked up a rallying cry, so I should be able to. Okay, where's use potion? Use potion goes to 1. Save. Okay, cool. So now I should be able to move super fast. And I still can't see you guys online. I'm so sad about that. We'll play together eventually.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm sure we'll be on for hours.
Until then, we'll just relay our experiences to one another.
She wouldn't.
Yeah, Naxalith, stutter step still works. In fact, you're actually rewarded for doing so, which is not something we haven't been through. Like you attack faster if you stutter step than if you don't.
I'm not sure you attack faster.
You do. Yeah, like it's especially when you start getting attack speed items on your equipment, like you notice a difference. Like there is a difference.
Well, you don't attack faster. It's just that the
animation canceling.
The animation you can move like between attacks by canceling the animation.
Right, but you are getting more shots per second by doing so. There is a difference.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I recorded. Well, recorded, but like I sat there and talked about this with Woody. And I told him to try it. I'm like, if you stand still and versus stutter stepping, you feel a difference. Like you actually get more attacks per second.
Yeah.
But it's like a 20 to 25% difference. So it's like you have to really be someone who does it a lot to really feel that difference.
We'll have to test that out like again. And Rogue would be the class to test it on, of course.
Well, yeah. Where am I going?
I will
Let's
say
go up here.
so. I will say that compared to the press preview, and this is like something I noticed in Immortal as well, right? Maybe the skill didn't change, but the animation for the skill changed, and the animation is shorter, and therefore the skill is better. If you know what I'm saying. So a good example of this is a lunging strike for Barbarian. Lunging strike in the press preview was really slow in terms of like animation time, and now it's actually quite fast. It's got a lot more like smoothness to it.
Are you watching my stream? What's your answer? Well, no, of course you're not, because you're playing. Yeah, I was gonna show you something like you can. It's a subtle difference, but it's there.
Yeah, we'll definitely do some mechanic testing later.
Well, now that we can actually record footage, yeah. I mean, I can just do it frame by frame.
Seattle Witch has logged in. Oh, wow.
Hey, I see somebody now.
Hey,
Hey, dude, what's going on?
I just saw Seattle Witch log in, which doesn't mean that she logged in. That means that I can see her character now.
Oh, he finished the.
I just got an
Getting recorded.
invite.
Yeah, it. Wait. So did you relog on your character or something?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So it said on my screen, it said Seattle Witch has logged in. By the way, is there a way that you can teleport to me? Because now I can't continue the quest.
I'm here. I'm with you.
Oh, now you are. Oh, there you are.
It just took a second.
Yay! We're together.
We're back in business. The band is back together. Let's go.
Well,
now
not
you see me in game as well,
Not
Nacho.
not the whole band. But
You gotta
okay.
get me in.
So what I observed is that in the top left-hand corner, I got a notification and it said Seattle Witch has logged in. And then when I got that, I checked my friends list and then I could invite you.
Nice.
So I'm gonna wait for that for Die, and then when I get
Die,
that,
yeah.
we'll invite him like immediately.
Yeah, my friend Nacho just said that I just showed up on his as well.
Yeah, the teleport thing is a little quicker than it was in previous beta, like slightly.
Well, and then you had to like use like this component or something, and it's just instantaneous now. It's pretty great.
Music's so good. Erzma come back to town. He's like,
Yeah, I really hope there's a way that I can get hold of the soundtrack, because it is like I want to listen to the soundtrack while I'm working and doing other things that are not playing Diablo 4. Oh my god. We're in the city of like the firstborn called Kasama, and it is, the music is so good. It's so moody. It's like the cave track from Diablo 2, except better.
yeah. By the way, guys, make sure you do check your vendors, because they can sell you weapons and armor that are better than what you can find in the world. Like they're not useless in terms of like what they sell this time around. Like sometimes you can find some really good stuff. There.
Out of mana.
Oh, right. Do you have to go down here?
Hey, Ash.
What's
We're
my
loving
journal?
your game.
Oh, Ash is in your chat. She's
Yeah,
she's the
I know.
one of the game producers on D4, right?
She is the dungeon director.
She's in
Every-
your game.
She's in my chat. She comes by
She's
chat.
in your chat. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
cool.
everybody meet Ash. She is and we just went into our first dungeon, I believe. This Ash is the dungeon director for Diablo 4. We are loving it. We just got in.
I think this is technically speaking, I think this is just a story instance, not necessarily one of the dungeons.
Story instance, right?
So we're doing like the main quest.
Yes, we are. I love how when you get close to Lilith, you always can tell because the petals come, and then you know that you're close to Lilith.
Yeah. I just tweeted to Ash last night. There's this store I walked by in downtown Seattle that has this like Diablo fashion to it.
Uh-huh.
I should show you sometime, Seattle. Oh man, I can't
Are you
wait.
playing today, Ash, or are you working? I guess you can play at work, right? Like I play for my job. This is my job, but I don't get to also create the game. Out of mana. Story of my life. What's my generator here?
So
Left click.
yeah,
looks
so
like.
generators work a little bit different in this game than in Diablo 3, right? Because
Okay.
at a base level, every left click in Diablo 3 generates resource somehow, right? It just like automatically generates it. And there's just different amounts of it that it generates, right? In this game, that's not necessarily true. So like with Frostbolt,
The boss.
you actually don't generate mana inherently with Frostbolt.
Okay.
But if you get the enhancement for it, if
I
you
do.
hit, yeah, so if you get the enhancement for it, and then you hit an enemy that's chilled or frozen, then you generate mana.
Ah.
And so I think that has to do with the fact that for wizard, or not wizard, for sorcerer, you generate your resource automatically and a lot faster than other classes. Like for example, for barbarian, my resource, it actually depletes over time. There's no auto generation. Of course, like, you know, I imagine like D3 that once we're all like super omega powerful max level characters, that we'll have like many different ways to generate resource, and that won't be like a problem anymore. But certainly like at level 7 and level 9, it's a thing you have to think about, which is nice.
Ow.
Stop pulling up.
This shaman over here keeps resurrecting all the other
I'm
fallen.
killing him. Got him.
This is a pretty difficult event here. Most of my survivors did not, or most of the people did not survive. I'm sorry, guys. I tried. What do you guys first legendary? Nice.
Yeah, somebody in my chat did too.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was stuck in queue for a while.
I believe you
So
start
I'm only-
getting
I'm only level
legendaries around level 15, somewhere around there. Like they can't, I don't even think they have a chance to drop until then. At least that's what we observed, like in the press review. They could have changed things around. Man, this
I
story
love the,
dungeon is pretty long.
It is.
I forgot how long this was. I'm not, to be clear, I'm not complaining. I like that. I like that this dungeon has, like, a bit of an epic feel to it.
I'm after just killing things along the way. I actually did some side quests first before going back into the campaign.
I did a couple as well. There's, like, a book that you pick up right outside of town and a couple other things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Narelle got distracted by
Looks like the same kind of
an
magic.
enemy there, and it delayed her.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, it delayed her.
Smell it.
So you have to babysit her a little bit.
Yes, Crafty. Yes, we went the second, and you should go the second one as well. Don't go the first level. Do the veteran or whatever it is for the second level, for sure.
I mean, you got to remember there's going to be a lot of people playing this game who are like new to not only
Ish.
Diablo, but like
Yeah.
there might be people who are new to just games in general who play this game.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to Crafty though, and she's experienced RGP.
Oh
player.
yeah.
RGB.
Oh, for sure.
RGB.
Our RBG. Our yeah.
Colorful player. RGB.
Yeah, she's very colorful. Yeah.
I just
Red,
hear
green,
some,
blue, baby.
I hear a lot like from my community about like, oh, why do you have these like lower difficulties or whatever? And it's like, well, there's not everybody is a massive Giga Blaster, you know. Okay, Narelle.
So
Yeah.
is my game zoomed out? I mean, I could zoom
Yes.
in like
Watch as
this,
you can, no cheats.
but I don't want to.
This lake lies beneath the
I don't think my game is more zoomed out than normal. At least I don't think so. Is it like that on stream?
Oh,
Do I look?
Seattle, look at the health bar.
It's
Shouldn't be.
You
Hold
can't
on.
you can't damage the boss right now. So her health bar, they made a special health bar. This is different from the press preview, so it's worth pointing out, right? So like they
What is
made
it?
a special health bar for this boss because you can't damage her. You have to kill these ads first. That's so cool. Man, that is such a good detail. And they don't do the, you know, they do that instead of being like, Mega Man, you can't damage the boss. She's immune right now. Or like they don't have something stupid where the boss is like, I am invincible. You can't hurt me. You know, like Diablo 3 does that a lot. And nope, instead there's just a little tiny
I need to change my key bindings.
There's a little tiny hint in the UI that's like, oh, well, the health bar isn't normal for some reason. I wonder what that is. They make you figure it out. That's so good. I love that.
Crafty, remind me when this fight is over that I need to change my key bindings. I keep pulling up an extra menu that I do not mean to be pulling up. I'm dead.
GG. Can you res yourself?
Hi,
or no?
Tommy. Revive at checkpoint.
Here, I'll res you. There you go. Wow,
Thank you.
the animation for that actually looked really good.
Whoa! Chewed. For the res.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, come straight after me.
Oh, the pit lord?
Yes. He saw me and he's like, ooh, she cute. Stop that.
She cute though.
She cute.
I am out of potions. This is bad. Why are all these monsters have like modifiers? What the hell? Okay, I cannot revive. We're both dead.
Oh, she got me too.
Can we walk back in the fight?
Yeah, but I have to let me reset my hold on. I keep pulling up an extra menu. What am I hitting? Is it shift? Okay, so let's make this skill tree panel.
Oh no, it restarts the fight.
Do that. No, let's make it not that. Let's make it be R. Now.
These like little I don't know what to call them. These things she throws out. Those things hurt.
Okay, I'm back.
You like cannot get hit by those. Oh my god. And they make you vulnerable too. It's so bad. So it restarted the fight.
Yeah, I remember that from before that restarts the fight. It's like, oh, we need our rogue in here to help us.
I wish I could.
I know.
No one do shadow step, cow traps.
Can we like
Usually I
focus
just go
this one
for-
right here? Yeah, let's focus this one.
Weapon mastery usually is what I go here. Also cow traps. I think I do one.
Jeez, there's so much to dodge.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh,
Cow traps. That's the route I normally go in this tree. Let's do.
this is where we both died before.
Yeah. We're gonna have to
This
focus.
is not bad either.
Let's focus. Let's focus this left one down here. This one.
Okay.
Whatever spawns here. This lady.
He's on me.
Oh, I disconnected.
So
no,
did I.
Echo!
What? Yeah, we all did. I did too.
Rip.
No.
I told you. I told y'all when we were in the login queue like an hour ago that we were gonna get bumped back out. That's. I told you. I told you. Well, I think the answer here is that if we can't immediately get back in, to just go ahead and relog.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the.
I'm out of
Okay, hold on.
potions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Alright. Create new character. No, nothing.
Nah. I'm stuck at that screen again.
Holy cow.
I'm gonna wait for my character to pop up so I can at least try to log in. Okay. Create new character. Go back.
Wow, you suck at killing the screen boss.
Oh. So I can see my character, but I have no UI. Okay, there we go. The selected party member was not found. Okay. Start game. Oh, wait, what? The selected party member was not found.
There was an error. So the same error message I got last time.
I actually get a
Damn.
different...
I mean,
get,
shoot.
Okay, I get the same code. It says code 316703. I believe that's the same code. But I have a different error message. It says the selected party member was not found. Okay, I think I'm just going to relog my client.